Joining me now, Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton. Ken, you had a grueling day, and I really appreciate you joining us tonight. It's been almost 24 hours. Give us an assessment of what went down, what you know, and where we are right now, because I know you were just at the press conference with the mayor and the governor.
Well, obviously, it's been an amazing 24 hours. It's very difficult 24 hours, but it's been amazing how quickly the Dallas police and the people working with them have addressed this and really come up with a lot of information. So I've been really impressed with their work and really pleased with how far they've come. Obviously, they've narrowed it down to one gunman, and we aren't sure yet on whether there are any co-conspirators. So we've got that issue hanging out there, and I think we really need to make sure that there aren't any. And then also, as it relates to just going forward, I really feel like the story that we have with what the police were doing, which was protecting citizens with their First Amendment rights who actually disagreed with the police, and yet the Dallas police was willing to protect them, and they were willing to sacrifice their lives for them. That is a great American story that I think is worth telling for the next generation.
I agree as well. By the way, I just want to let the audience know, what you're looking at is Harlem, New York, where protesters are gathering, and there's also a similar gathering, at least we know, in Washington, D.C. Others were scheduled. Some may have been canceled on that. We'll monitor that for you right now. As you can see, it looks relatively peaceful. You know, Ken, when the governor was talking, he put out a few key words to me that I think you talk about the future are going to be key to making sure that this is not a wasted moment for us, and that, to borrow his one word, it's purposeful, or that it has a purpose. And he talked about being united and citizens playing a greater role. Now, we've heard this a lot. See something, say something. Does it go beyond that, though?
You know what? I agree with you. One of my favorite things that he said was about purpose, because you hate to see the loss of life. It was a terribly bad day for the people of Dallas. But if we can take this going forward and build relationships between law enforcement and the community, I think we have a real opportunity here to change the narrative and change the focus so that these types of actions and incidences become a lot less common.
It's also, I think it was, you know, through it all, what people are learning is that Dallas is actually a city that should be held up in very high regard. A very successful policing program, very successful community relations, and I think that was echoed again today. So with that respect, I think we owe all of you guys a sense of congratulations and gratitude. Just one final thought. If it does turn out that this is indeed just a lone shooter who was a coward, again, to borrow the governor's words, isn't it amazing how one lone shooter here, one lone shooter there, can disrupt an entire country? Don't we have to find a way to make sure that can't happen?
Yeah, I agree with you. Obviously, he had a tremendous impact on the people in our community, because 5 people are dead now, and that affects families, it affects friends, it affects our entire community. But going forward, hopefully, we can take this action, this terrible action, and build relationships between law enforcement and the community, going all the way into our schools and building those relationships so that we're stronger and better rather than harmed by this in the end.
Ken Paxton, thank you very much, and you've done an amazing job. Everyone there has, and we appreciate it. We've been watching you guys, and we are in awe of how you guys have handled this. Thank you very much.